Or do you?
And you really have to question the sanity of the Munchausen that went, I have perception 15. Then again, Munchausen are supposed to be insane, so
exactly.
it works.
Munchmausers are insane, Jonah Chill is insane, everyone's insane. It's just the way things work.
No, Jonah Chill's just just angry.
He had a rage battery.
Chill was just good at his job, damn it. Jonah Chill is what happens when a lone Gauru is told, this is a problem and you need to fix it. And he's actually good enough to do the job.
And he's got a shaman that just goes, here you go.
Jonah Chill, hold the door. What door? There's no door. There's no door. There's no zombies. There's no nothing.
That's literally all
What are you talking about? I got the Night King's head right here. There is no issue.
That's literally all a lone Garu needs. Is just a shaman that just goes, okay, here you go.
Brandon,
And
can you
that's
check my
why
sheet?
I say the path to power in all shifters is to be your own shaman. If you don't, then you are dependent on a shaman to cover all the mechanical gaps to get where you need to go. But if you are your own shaman, then it's just a matter of saying, I do that.
Yo.
Okay, Gims, I approve your character sheet.
Excellent.
Did Gims take a flaw marked sanity? Or chimerical?
Nope.
I wouldn't mind those disadvantages.
I'll take the disadvantage blind, and I'll take the advantage can see well.
I'll take the disadvantage of blind, and then I will take tremor sense.
Or better yet, I take the disadvantage of blind, I take the advantage of Kami Spirit sees for me, suck it. Let's see, well, alright, so when last we left off, you guys had gone to the monastery, I believe.
Yes.
And you found that there was no one there. It was actually very deserted. And you notice that the air is very cold up here, but it's not, icing over or snowing or whatnot. But there's no one here in the monastery yet. It looks well kept. Nothing looks like it was destroyed or scarred. There's still stocks and boxes around for storage. It looks as if though this place was untouched.
I'm going to commune.
You commune. It takes a little while up here, but eventually you get some spirits of storm that come down to you.
I say, greetings, wise ones. I am trying to understand where the people are who keep this place.
They are in the temple.
Which temple?
The one hidden in the pass. Go through the courtyard and go up what they call the pillar of stairs. Once you go up to the top, there will be a temple inside the cave. It is the old Thunder Temple where the monks used to worship us. There they are. But be warned, you are not alone up here.
You said the monks used to worship you.
Once upon a time, after the first age of thunder.
I am curious, because there is a badness between myself and the spirits of air. I want to know how I can appease the spirits of air and make things right between us. Is there something for me to do here?
It is somewhat of a long process, but yes, there is something you can do here. The conflict... conflict between the monks and the dojo down below in the valley has caused quite a stir. But there is something else. There is taint here in this land. It must be eradicated or purified. The taint comes from one who leads these monks. A very
Guys already started.
Yes, we have. A very skilled man known as Kimoru. He is the Grand Master Thunder Monk of this monastery. He must be eliminated or purified. He went out on a personal quest 2 years ago, and when he came back, he brought the taint of the Shadowlands with him.
I understand.
That is all.
Thank you, Wise Lady. And then I will turn and address the rest of the band and let them know there is a second Inar temple up there, up the pass. That is where they are waiting. They know we are here. We should expect combat. Also, the leader of the Thunder Monks, Kimoru, is tainted and brings the Shadowlands with him.
You can hear the thunder spirits actually above you, a couple of them talking. Treachery.
Listening.
Treachery is afoot.
And I kind of glance up and I say, what treachery?
I cannot see the temple. Something is blocking us. Someone went in there earlier. I wonder what mischief he is causing.
Okay, so I turn to the others and I say, we should probably go now.
Let's see, I'm getting a text message. Kinimaru says, yes, we shall.
Okay.
I think Will is currently AFK.
Yes.
But
I'm here. I just can't get on roll 20. I'm driving right now.
Well, I am completely okay with the idea of leading the group up the pass.
all right, you lead the group up the pass, and you eventually find kind of almost a hidden staircase along the mountainside. It goes up and up about another good 50 feet. And then you find a very grand-looking monastery kind of hidden up in the mountains. It has red and gold trimmed pillars with thunder and lightning being depicted upon the great walls. It's almost built into the mountainside itself. You see two very large wooden doors that are now swung open, and it's here that you finally start to see some conflict that seems to have taken place.
Brandon, is this door, does it look like it's like the only way in and out of the mountain? Or are there many visible entrances and exits?
From what you can see right now, this looks like the only way in and out. At least from what you can see. Tyler, do you want me to voice what you see?
Sure.
You can see that you see that there's more signs of a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the monks, are all lying on the ground hurt, usually with some form of a cut or whatnot. and a lot of them have ninja stars protruding from their back.
And deeper into the monastery, do I see who did this?
You don't see anyone else in the monastery besides the monks. However, you feel a very strong presence deeper in the monastery, but only one.
And who is this? Do I see the Can I look into the monastery to see this person?
You look through and you eventually see that there is a man. He is a bald man, fairly muscular, looks like he's in his late 40s, white beard, sitting in a very deep room of the temple. He's just simply sitting cross-legged and meditating.
And he's the only one uninjured?
Mm-hmm. You succeed.
The temple was attacked. All the monks have been either injured, though many are still alive. There's one still in the temple.
You succeed. And of course, Rio tells you this.
Oh.
Hey guys.
There he is. Your two Shugensha friends have just told you that all of the monks in the temple that you guys are investigating appear to be injured.
If not dead. And there's one in the temple.
Sorry, what was that? You said all the monks are injured? Hello?
Yep.
Do we have obvious wounds, or are they just...
Well, a lot of them have cuts, and a lot of them have ninja stars protruding out of their back.
God damn it, Josh.
Technically, we haven't entered the temple yet. This
Right,
is
so
real.
still, god damn it, Josh. Because we haven't entered. Nobody said Josh didn't do that shit in his own spare time.
He's still in the box.
Alright.
But it doesn't have to be him.
Yeah, there's no way this was Josh. No way. Yeah, you would never do something like this. Never. One of the monks.
Backstory includes that we hung out with Al My Back, which means we know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the monks looks up at you and says, "Ow, my foot." You didn't say anything about his evil twin brother now, did you? No. You notice that other than the monks being somewhat injured, there's actually not many, at least from what you can just tell from a glance, there doesn't appear to be too many casualties.
We should help the monks out of the temple. They can recover safely outside.
I just kind of shrug and start hauling pretty sound.
You start hauling them out, and
Stand there waiting for them to light on fire.
none of them light on fire.
Good.
Actually, most of them seem to be somewhat refreshed when you bring them out of there.
Yeah. That's what I like to see in a monk, not lighting on fire when you take him near a ward period.
So was there any other intel that I missed while I was away, or what?
There seems to be a lone monk in the monastery just sitting there cross-legged deeper in, and John can tell you on what he communed with the spirits.
I spoke to the thunder spirits here. They said that the head of the Thunder Monk Order left on personal business and came back bearing the Shadowlands taint with him, and has been spreading it through the valley. He must be purified or destroyed to cleanse this land. They said that someone has entered the temple, and now they cannot see what is happening therein.
Then let's go kill it.
Yes.
Let me get on Legend of Irons.
All right. So Matt was bringing the monks in.
Mhm.
Out.
Yeah, and then John told him about what the spirits told him, and then he's like, let's go kill Shadowland Taint. Wow.
I agree with this.
It's my job.
What, you guys don't want to circle jerk another villain to death in the broad daylight?
Oh no, we're still going to circle jerk the villain.
Present him.
All right. So I take it you guys head deeper into the monastery?
Yeah.
Okay.
After evacuating all the monks from this area.
Oh, of course. And just behind you guys, you have one of your last allies, actually the last to arrive, just after Akio had the previous day. A much younger gentleman, huffing and puffing, trying to keep up with you, but he finally managed to show up. And you know this man, Gims?
You guys run so fast.
Horses. The secret is horses.
You know I never could afford a horse.
You could have asked. I have supplied us with horses since this journey began.
As long as you teach me how to ride it. Otherwise, I could just ride behind one of you guys. So,
And Rio just nods.
what are we doing here? What brings great AJ Murakami to this monastery today?
The monks have been attacked recently.
Attacked? We must bring them out. And I start helping out.
Yep,
dragging
you help
the
out.
monks.
There are a few more as you guys have gotten more into the temple, but eventually you guys managed to get all of them out.
Who could do such a thing?
Shadowland.
I investigate the injuries, I guess.
Go ahead and roll it. And you're going to roll the T. You're going to click on the little dice button that's under the T on the investigation bar. Oh, nice. You can tell that these wounds, most of these wounds, were made with either a ninjato sword or a smaller katana blade. A lot of the monks had ninja stars in them. None of the ninja stars or cuts seem to be poisoned.
Are they fatal, or are all of these non-lethal?
All but two. All of the monks
So two are fatal.
Yeah, two were fatal. One monk was slashed in the jugular, and then the other monk appeared to have been stabbed through the face.
Why would they leave? Why would they leave so many with just injured and not fatal?
Slow us down.
Perhaps as a message.
Does anyone?
So-
Oh, I know medicine, so I would go out and try to bandage these guys.
Sure, go ahead and roll medicine. All right. You actually patch up most of them pretty well. You're quite skilled, and it doesn't take very long. And most of the monks are actually pretty grateful.
Since we are going into combat, Sans, or not Sans, what am I saying? Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Brain. I'm going to cast Elemental Ward on each member of the group.
Wow.
Oh.
What does that do?
Elemental Ward protects you against spells.
Is it a friendly versus foe type of protection? Does it differentiate?
Yes.
So I could then buff him?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
How long does this last for?
It lasts, well, this one is going to last for 2 hours.
Nice.
Brandon is just quietly going like, "Rrr, rrr, 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 rrr."
Not at all. I actually kind of expected Tyler to do that.
So,
What I did not expect Tyler to do was take his katana and commit seppuku right there in front of you guys. Tyler, roll me a willpower save. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you successfully cast that.
Yep.
Because I assume all of your allies are willing.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. You now all have Elemental Ward for 2 hours.
So, what's the actual benefit?
Tyler, would you like to read the spell since I'm currently looking for something else? I believe it's the bare basic one you cast, right? Yeah, so I think it's 2k2. And you didn't do any raises with that, did you, Tyler? Hello?
He said BRB.
I don't think he did any raise. He didn't declare any raises, so I think it's just the basic.
So what's the
Doesn't he
benefit of that?
Doesn't he get free raises or something?
He does get some, but I can't remember if you still got to declare them if you use them.
okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Did you use a raise on that?
On what?
On the elemental wards?
Yes, that's why they last for 2
Oh,
hours.
oh, okay. And what's the benefit they're getting?
The benefit you are getting is it's 20 harder for any, or 20 TN harder for any spell to be cast on us now.
Excellent. All right, so do you proceed all into the monastery?
After. Oh.
Kensashi's going to look around the monastery and see if he can't figure out what the layout for a place like this should be based on the architecture monasteries normally have.
Okay. Would you go ahead and roll me a flat intelligence roll?
I was going to use architectural and monastery lore.
Oh, excellent.
And Akio is
You can tell.
just going to have her weapons out.
Yep. You can tell that this was definitely a place built to have several exits. But due to the fact that it was kind of formed into the stone, It's got a nice flat layout, like this courtyard is very flat. There's nothing curving or going down or whatnot, and the monastery itself actually only has 2 layers. When you go inside, there's the main prayer room, and then there's the basement sublevel, which is basically a storage room / prayer room. And other than that, you notice that the structure is very strong and firm. It doesn't look like it'll crumble anytime soon.
So when you said it was built to have multiple exits, do I see indications of where they are?
Yes, there's probably one in the back somewhere down below the storeroom.
Mhm.
And then there's another one up top, probably using a rope or ladder to get out of the tip top of the mountain.
Okay, I'm going to turn to Rio and say, I will reach the high exit, take the others, and head for the basement, place a ward of purity there. I will catch up to you immediately.
You'll be all right on your own.
I will only be a minute behind you. At which point,
No, no.
Take care, little one.
I'm going to cast a bending, and I'm going to make myself a ladder in the stone to aid climbing up towards that upper hatch.
Excellent. This will reduce your difficulty by 10 then.
Yep.
And Kinimaru and
Those unlimited neutral spells you gave us.
Yep. Kinimaru and Ushio are going to stand at the door and make sure that no one gets out behind you guys or sneaks behind.
And I'm going to head for the basement.
And then I'm going to make that climb roll.
Make the climb roll and don't botch.
And I'll follow my.
I'm gonna spend a void on this.
Okay.
And I'll.
And Akio is going to be next to the Shugenjin to protect that, to defend them, basically. To defend him, because the other one's gone.
Yep, so you climb fairly well, actually. You don't slip and fall.
Good. And the plan is, as quickly as I can, because I've been scampering up surfaces this whole campaign, I'm just gonna climb up the ladder, get to that upper hatch, ward versus purity, climb back down, jog after the party.
Go ahead and roll the ward versus purity. Excellent.
What does the ward versus purity do?
It sets a
Out of
room
curiosity.
somewhere on a flat, immovable surface, and I conceal it as best I can on the outside of the gate, of the hatch.
Mm-hmm.
And it sets a 15-foot radius. Any Shadowlands tainted thing or being or material that comes within that radius lights on fire and takes a rating based on my caster skill of fire damage every turn.
Ah, so it's basically a ping.
Yes, it lasts for 24 hours. It's really nice.
Are they able to run through it, like if they just tank the damage?
They are, but they'll still have to light on fire. And if they're not expecting it, it should give us both indicator, ping, and well, if they're climbing up the walls here being all ninja, lighting on fire at the door might surprise them enough to make them fall back down.
Probably.
Not the kind of thing that a ninja expects. I have secretly made it to the upper hatch, and now I will. Oh God, it burns! You know, generally doesn't work out well for them.
Why am I on fire?
They also, disturb whatever rope they're using, etc.
If all the monks are bandaged, I head down too.
Yep. You go with them.
And just to make sure I don't, do something for stupid, when I get to the bottom of that ladder, I'm going to bend it back into the wall.
Excellent.
I wouldn't want to run away and leave him an escape route.
All right, so you all head down into the monastery. You notice that on the first level, everything is well lit, well kept, and looks fairly nice, and none of you sense any Shadowland taint. The moment you hit the stairs, it is capital T, capital A, capital I-N-T.
Okay, what?
As soon as I sense taint, I take a step back.
The moment you guys hit the stairs, you're sensing Shadowland taint.
Shadowlands basic lore. would I be aware if this is going to be dangerous to us immediately, or is it a long period of time?
Go ahead and roll.
I roll too.
Yep, both of you guys roll. Excellent.
Skills.
Can I get in on that?
Sure, go ahead. You all can... Oh, nice, Kinsashi. You all can conclude that this, in fluff-wise, is a feeling of filling and darkness and despair. In terms of mechanical-wise, this will completely take away your void points. This will not hurt you, this will not weaken your TN or do anything else, but as long as you are in this territory of despair, you cannot spend void points.
Well, in that case, I turn and I'm going to dump some void. I'm going to spend a void point on raises and cast a spell on Matt. Oh,
Nakia was just going to put her hand to her chest and make sure that piece of jade is still there under her clothing.
It is.
With basically willpower 5, am I even going to notice this?
No, you'll notice it.
No.
It just won't really bug you.
And this is a what kind of effect, Brandon?
It's an area effect.
Yes, but what is it? It's a mental effect?
It's kind of more of a spiritual effect.
Ah.
And yes, this is anyone who tries to dispel this. Yes, this is clearly out of your power rank, this area. I'll save you guys the trouble of that. Anyone who tries to dispel it or push it back is met with failure.
I attempt to tea ceremony it.
It forms a black
right.
It forms a black shadow finger and flips you off.
Brandon,
Yes.
here's what I do. I use the Void's cares
Mm-hmm.
on Matt.
Nice.
What does that do?
That, for the short term, will negate any mental or spiritual disadvantage.
Okay.
So the only thing it can't dispel is Shadowlands Taint.
Mm-hmm. But luckily for you, Matt, you'll be able to spend void points when going down there.
Okay.
However,
So, yeah.
That one last.
What's the name of the thing you put on me, Tyler?
The Void cares.
Caress. Void's caress.
Crest, yeah.
And then, John, what spells did you cast on Matt?
I dropped a light him on fire.
Excellent. So you guys won't need any light because there's no light
Yep.
down there.
Because the giant flaming crab will illuminate everything for us.
All right, and that's the defensive one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it?
All right. Well, if you want, I also have a lantern we could turn on.
We have a giant flaming U.
We'll save the lantern for when you run out.
And I'm going to cast Earth's Touch on Matt.
Mm-hmm.
With with two raises.
Using those spell slots. But that's okay, because that's what you guys are for.
Exactly. Now, Matt, you have a +2 to one of your to target's Earth trait is increased by 1. With him coming to increase his mental health, increases health and fortitude for the duration of the spell. One of the target's Earth traits chosen by the caster is increased by 1. So this is going to be increased by 2. Which is better for you for your Earth trait? Stamina or willpower?
I honestly don't know, because most of my stuff uses just my Earth ring in general.
It would be stamina, because stamina can keep you from getting KO'd.
Alright.
Right.
So you have stamina 6.
And Bruno's character comes down and is with you guys now. So Bruno, they have just finished investigating the temple, and they're heading down into the lower levels, and there's a very powerful presence down there, and they are buffing your fellow crab tank to the shitload.
Okay.
Just letting you know, Bruno, that there's a territory that everyone found. When you enter the stairs and go down to the lower level, as long as you are in that territory, you cannot spend any void points.
Okay.
And Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use the Void's Caress on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. That goes through.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use 2 raises on Drawing the Void.
Yep. Just keep in mind, how many spell slots you got left?
Yes, I am. Oh, I absolutely am, Brandon.
I know.
I'm knocking them off.
There we go. There we go. I can see. I can see it now.
Yeah. It costs me 1 void point to cast Drawing the Void, because void points can be used for additional spell casting.
Yes.
Yes. However, that gains me 6 void. That gains me additional void points equal to your rank +1, and with 2 raises, that is an additional 3 void points, which means I use those 3 void points to cast the Void's Caress on the other members of our party.
Excellent. Then you guys don't have to worry about the taint.
Yep.
Nicely done.
I just envision the Sugensha just going, and then Matt just going, "What are you guys doing?"
This is the great thing about void spells. This is just Rio just coming over, making a hand sign, touching you, and then you just instantly, you're not affected by the skill. You're just like, what did you do? Void spells don't actually have incantations to them.
Since that is a short-term spell that I'm familiar with, when you do that to the whole party, I look over and say, we should go down now.
Yep.
Yes, we should.
What did he do to the old party?
We are temporarily unaffected by the you can't have or spend void. The duration is a minute.
Yeah.
Currently, I've boosted it to 3 minutes.
Yeah, still. We should not stand around making complex plans. Let's go.
No.
Okay.
That's why it was the last thing I did.
Who's the guy with the rice hat?
Games.
Oh, he's not in here, is he? No.
Yeah, he is.
He's not on the call.
Yeah, he is.
Oh wait, fuck, he is. I'm
Yeah, what's up with that, Bruno?
I'm so used to you and your cat picture that I'm like, where's Gims? I don't see the dumb cat.
The cat picture, well, that's...
Kim's like, do not insult Mr. Fluffles.
I got a cat picture still, I think.
Hey, hey Gims, did you know that I named a goblin after you? It's one of my characters.
A goblin?
Yeah,
Nice.
a goblin alchemist. He likes
Nice.
throwing bombs around and for the shit.
In what? In a different D&D game or a Pathfinder game or something?
Pathfinder Way of the Wicked.
Nice. Wait, you guys are still playing that Way of the Wicked?
Not us guys, but another group.
Oh, a different group. Okay.
The group that didn't,
So-
kill
We
you.
go down.
Yes, you go down the stairs, and it's very dark, but you've got a giant flaming crab, so you can see. As you enter the bottom level, you noticed a vast prayer room, lined with many pillars, very similar to that scene in The Matrix in the gunfight scene, if there was actually, a Chinese monastery in there. The
Yeah.
everything is very dark, except you can see in the faint, dim light a man, a very muscular man, sitting down on his throne. Oh, hold on.
Yep. We went down there all right. We went down faster than Crow goes down in a rank 6 elder filled with fetishes.
I don't know about that, Bruno.
And you see
Don't
him.
worry.
You see
I
him.
would just say it's just as fast as you lose your best suit of armor.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh,
Tyler.
Go fuck yourself, Bruno.
Oh.
I think
Wait, are
a
you
lot
guys-
more people- yeah.
Are you guys all in the Thursday game or something?
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Tyler,
So
your character loses his legs.
he has now become Willcaster. He gains a wheelchair and mage powers. Ooh, yeah.
All
It
right.
appears losing his legs is giving him a derangement.
All right, so you all see a man sitting very, very tall, very muscular. He's a bald man wearing a brown monk's robe with wooden beads aligned his neck. Except there's something, when you catch him in the dim light, you can see something very off about him. He has a symbol glowing on his forehead, glowing a bright purple on his forehead. It is a circle with a small kind of V inside, except it's upside down. And he's just sitting there at the moment.
I was just thinking that.
Shut up. Hey, I could have you guys fight Dormammu. I have his stats.
Sensing from him, is he worm tainted?
You mean Shadowland Tainted?
Or not
You mean
work.
Shadowland Tainted?
Oh my god.
He's a
It's
Garu,
basically
run!
the same thing.
Well, actually, now that you guys mention it, he's a Black Spiral Dancer. Roll initiative. No. Oh, wait, he goes first. Did I mention he goes first? No.
Is he shadow tainted?
Yes, he is. And I'm using that picture again because I'm lazy to find a new one.
Can everyone sort of sense shadow taint, or is it just you have to actually have a
It's the
ability?
Shugenja thing.
Okay, so it's a priest thing.
Yeah, Matt's character can recognize it, but he doesn't actually sense it. He just recognizes it and be like, that's Shadowland Taint. And he,
Like finger.
And
How's
what level of
the-
Shadowlands? What level of Shadowlands taint does he have?
he has 6.
Out of how many again?
Infinite.
Oh, I thought there was like out of 10 or something.
The first 2 or 3, you theoretically could function as a player character. So Brandon, I just confirmed that my jade finger is in good condition.
Yes.
Okay.
You notice that it's
My
very...
jade necklace is
oh,
good.
yeah. To everyone who has Jade, It's very,
Yep.
very cold, but it's not being cracked or broken or anything, but it's very cold. Very cold.
Yeah, what does Jade do exactly again?
It absorbs the taint like a reverse battery so that you don't absorb the taint. There's no way to remove taint from you once it's in you.
Good. Yeah,
So
'cause
you
I remember
carry
you said.
Jade, or you get tainted.
Yeah, I remember you said something, Brandon, that my swords are made of jade and that they glow or something.
Actually, now that you mention it, are your swords drawn?
They aren't, because I.
You can see a bit of a green glow coming from your sheath.
Mm-hmm.
Your blades are made of crystal, not jade.
Oh, well, he said it was like some kind of jade
Wait,
thing.
what? You have crystal swords?
Yeah, it was something like that. That they. I don't remember what it was made out of, but I know Tyler knew, and that it
Yep.
had something to
So
do with
here's
Shadowland
what
and
happens.
it would glow.
Here's what happens, because actually several of you have weapons that are special quality. Matt, your sword is, you can see a faint white light coming from your sword, and it's very warm.
Oh, okay.
Bruno, your swords are glowing very, very dim light with very, very dim green flowing through them. John.
Yeah.
Got to message you this.
Uh-oh. Messages. Good sign.
Yep. Damn it, where's your thing? Where's your picture? There it is. The man finally opens his eyes, and they are glowing a faint purple.
All right, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
I bind him.
Bind him? Okay.
Nope.
He was completely motionless, right? Before he opened his eyes, right?
Yes.
He wasn't like saying anything or.
He wasn't.
He is bound.
He is not bound.
There is no resist on the spell.
It doesn't work.
Or shadow.
It does not work.
Okay.
Like it, you see it, like it goes, but then it just crumbles.
Hmm.
By the way, you have sense up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that someone is countering you. And it's not him.
Oh, I didn't know there was counter magic.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Brandon, when someone is doing this this counter magic, is it something they can apply equally to all Shugenja they see? Like one can shut down 100, or is there a pushing match?
It can be both. Most of the time, it's a pushing match. Sometimes
I'm gonna find out.
it's an
I'm
area.
gonna bind him.
You gonna try and bind him?
I don't have the binding spell, so I'm gonna do something different to see if I can, limit his options.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bend stone and lower the ceiling of this room down to about a 6-foot level, so no one can do any jumping shit.
Okay, that seems to do so. That just seems to do it. You lower the wall. You would lower the ceiling.
make sure I didn't botch the roll. So
It's like, oh yeah, the ceiling crushes you all. Take like 20 d10 of damage. No. You got the bad guy, John, but unfortunately you got everyone else.
I said lower the ceiling down to a height of 6 feet. No one
So
can do
now I'm just
head
sitting there
blows.
with my head slightly crunched.
Yeah, just be glad I wasn't on top of you this time.
True.
Be like, kneel, crab, kneel. I need to ride you around the room.
Why?
Yeah.
You actually have to do a crab walk to get around.
Oh my god.
The man looks up and says nothing, does a little ninja hand sign, and he splits into 3.
Fucking Kagebushin!
Time to roll initiative, guys.
And wait.
By the way, Tyler,
Hmm.
he tries to do a 4th, but your current binding spell that you tried to do immediately ensnares the 4th, but doesn't do anything to the other 3.
Interesting.
And one of the clones looks over at the 4th that's been bound and says, "Oh,
Do you want me to popcorn for this fight, or can you roll initiative for me?
I'll go ahead and fight for you."
Okay. Basically, I'm gonna stay next to the Shigingen and play guard or
This
defense
guy's
for them.
probably a badass.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
He's old and bald, and he looks like a monk.
And there's more than one of him.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can add your own initiative, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it won't let me have my number.
Oh, it's because someone was adding it at the same time, and it updates, so it like cancels it out. It's one of the
Type very quickly.
Yeah.
And if I do get attacked at anything 27 or below, I'm just gonna counterattack on.
And apparently this guy has a 8 dice keep 8.
And striking as air brings me up to a 42 TN also, just so you know, Brandon.
Mm. I have not forgotten. Alrighty. Alright, so he will go first. One goes here. One goes here. One goes here. First attack will be versus Will. Hold on a moment, I gotta get the dice going here.
Each square is 5 feet.
Yes.
Oh my god. That 23 hurt.
Alright, and then that 36 is versus you, Matt.
Doesn't hit.
And then that 35 is versus you, Gims.
Gibbs, I'm the one on the very right.
Oh, sorry.
That's Will.
Yeah, well, what am I saying?
That don't hit.
Okay. And
How do you
then,
know what hits or what doesn't hit? What's the
Bruno.
Yeah.
That hits you?
That'll hit just about anyone.
All right. $35 damage.
Ow.
As he runs up and he punches you right in the center of your armor. And that's all they're going to do. Ushio, it's your turn.
Wait, no one else got hit?
Nope.
Even with the 41 that you rolled up there?
Actually, no. Will did get hit. Hold on a sec.
how do you tell
What'd you
whether you
roll?
got hit or not?
Except he's... Except,
41 doesn't. 41 don't hit me.
oh,
42
42 does. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
Wait, is it just your base TN, armor TN, or how do you calculate whether you
It's
get
the
hit or not?
total of your base and your armor.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wearing nothing, so I should be a
Oh,
little
oh.
careful.
You're already fucked.
All right, Ushio, it's your turn.
Yeah. Let's see.
And how do you know how much you can move?
Watering based around how you move and what stance you're in. So watering, I think, times 2 is like simple, and then watering times like 5 or 6 is full move.
Hey, did Gims make a courtier or what? I'm just trying to figure out because I would probably stick to whoever needs to be defended the most.
I am a
Now
courtier.
that I think about it. Okay, I guess on my turn I'll move over to him to
Yes,
play defense on him.
That, and that's gonna be, I think that's a I could either take simple or complex if I need to take simple actions now. I forgot, what's another simple? I think it's, I think in defense mode you can run simples?
Yes. Actually, no.
And,
You can cast spells from defense stance. So
Yeah, but I don't have any spells.
Hmm.
This guy's gonna knock my shit down, so I'm gonna move, yeah, I'm gonna move back here as this simple action, and I'm gonna get into my, stance. My kata, because that's another simple action, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I have to activate that first. That's about it from me.
okay. Gims, your turn.
Hurt really bad.
Sorry, how much can I move? You said water, and then is that per square?
You can move as a free action equal to your water rating in feet. I
In
think it's
feet?
in feet. 5 feet
Per
times
water
your water
rating.
rating.
Gotcha.
And I know it has a simple action. It's like 2 times your water rating or something like that.
Okay, and then is it basically, are there like attacks of opportunity, same thing here, or
No.
flanking bonuses behind
Flanking.
bonuses?
I do grant flanking bonuses occasionally. So I grant ground advantage, side advantage, stuff like that. But it's all granted by me.
Okay. So no base rules, but we can
Nope.
assume it. Okay. Well, this seems to be a fight to the death here. So I'm in attack stance.
Mm-hmm.
And I go. What can I do with this guy?
Do you want to do full attack stance?
No, just attack stance.
Okay.
What's the benefit of full attack stance?
Gives
Don't
you.
you
a-
lose
You get
defense
more
to that?
dice, but you get less. You get more penalties to your armor class, basically.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I lose penalties to my armor class. I have like 20 right now.
Yeah, so go ahead
Yeah,
and use
so-
full attack.
Okay, full attack. I
You get an
trip this
extra
guy.
2k 1 on the hit.
Okay, so I tripped this guy.
Alright. Remember, don't forget about your bonus.
Yeah. So, do you guys normally
We
just
use
type
the
it in?
No, we use the character sheet to roll. So I made you the rope attack.
Yep.
And you're gonna roll that with an additional 2. You're gonna add an additional 2 rolled and additional 2 kept because you're within your thing.
By the way, Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
when the one that attacked Matt attacked, did he miss or simply get blocked by armor?
He hit.
In that
No,
case,
he didn't. Oh, you mean like if? Sorry, never mind. I'm an
he
idiot.
made physical contact. Did you take your 2 to keep 2?
Oh yes. He appeared to take a little damage from that.
Okay, and then how do you do raises in this sheet? Or how do we calculate raises?
Raises are just increases the difficulty.
Plus 3 diff per raise.
But yeah, plus 3 diff per raise.
Okay, and then when I trip, I have to raise, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you calculate the difficulty, right?
Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3. So 3, 6, 9.
But it's only 2 for
Yep, so it's
because of
2.
my
Mm-hmm.
visible.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay,
2.
and then I roll the dice under T.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
That hits. So, Matt, the clone in front of you immediately gets a rope snagged onto his foot with a very unique looking rope and pulled, and he is tripped. He is now prone on the ground.
Cool. Good job, Gims.
I did it.
Akio is going to simply stay in defensive stance. Kensashi.
Alright, Kinsashi. We move to here. And cast Drawing the Void. And I am going to transform the elemental air around him into stone.
Excellent.
I'm gonna throw in let's see, how many raises can I squeeze out of it? I get 1 free, and I think I can throw 3 raises into this total. So shooting for 4 raises. I can do 4 raises. I'm shooting for a difficulty of 19. Oh, I'm not watching. I failed. Look at all those botches.
Wow.
Just when I needed it most.
Something seems to be disrupting you, John.
It's called bad luck. I'm
Okay. Tengoku.
I'm gonna hit the dude in front. I'm gonna hit the dude in front of me, and he takes a -10 to his TN
Yep.
because he is prone.
Yep.
Ah, god damn. Does that hit or no?
Yeah, you hit. Damn.
You are lucky you hit with that -10. -10
Yeah.
flanking.
Hey, did you just call my action luck? No, it took pure skill to trip him like that.
So yeah, 58 to his face.
Damn, that's a good fucking wow. So he eventually manages to get back up, but only to be met with a hammer to the face. But he's not down.
Well, he has to take an action to stand up on his turn.
Yep. So he's
Yep,
basically
and it says
back down
he can't
again.
really attack and get up at the same time, Oh wait, actually you can if you're that high level rank.
Ryu.
Yeah, I'm going to use Flow Through the Void as well. I'm going to convert. Let's see. First, take a step back. I'm going to convert 4 cubic feet of air right here into fire, causing a backdraft explosion right between these two.
Okay. This will be an environmental coincidental roll that I'll have to do here. Go ahead and roll me your spell.
You should just
Wow.
you should just give me rank 5 already so I can indefinitely stay in center stance.
Oh, that spell really goes off.
Yes, it does. And how many raises did you do?
Oh, he can only do as high as his void.
Yes.
So 3?
Which I did 3 raises.
Okay, and then what's your, what level spell did you cast?
It's a level 1 spell.
Okay,
but it's
so level 1, 2, and then 40, so 5.5. So, because that was a critical, that's going to be 56 damage. And that worked pretty well. Alright, these guys are kind of angry now.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that hurt.
A bit.
So... So... mouse fails. Tyler, does that hit you?
What do you think?
Okay. And then, Matt, Matt, does that hit you?
No.
No.
And then, that does not hit her. Oh, sorry, Tyler. Bad luck. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's
What'd you
the-
roll on mine?
25. So, to attack...
Okay, counterattack.
That's like the one roll you did that would like easily not hit me. Oh yeah, he does get a counterattack.
Yep.
And I'm going to spend 2 void on the counterattack.
Okay. That's the one in front of you, not the one to the side.
2 void or 1? How do you spend multiple? You can only spend 1 void a turn, I think.
I thought you could spend. You could spend as like it's based on
No,
your ring
you
rate.
can only spend 1 void a turn.
Okay, I thought it was based
Yeah,
on your ring rate.
you can use them to do other things, but to spend them like that is just one per turn.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a special class ability.
so then just 1.
All right. Just a moment here. Even with the raise, Will, that's going to miss.
Okay.
So, Tyler, hold on a moment. So,
And what's the roll to dodge?
oh, there is none. He's already hit you. Once he hits the TN, it's pretty much over. Usually what you do is before an opponent attacks you, you can go into defense or full defense and like roll defense for stuff and do that. Use maneuvers, but once your TN's kind of hit, it's kind of like Pathfinder where once your AC's hit, you're hit.
Gotcha.
So you will take 29 damage.
Okay.
And are you immune to mental effects?
Me?
Yes. Okay. You feel slightly dizzy, and then nothing happens. All right, and he missed the crab, so it's Ushio's turn.
center stance, and I'm going to make an awareness roll.
All right.
Not awareness, Aijutsu awareness. Let's see.
What's the reaction stage of combat?
That's usually
Take actions, I think, right?
yeah. That's usually for when sometimes it can be for when like if you're holding an action and then you react.
Okay, because I took the advantage quick, and it says, "Oh, okay, never mind. You don't have if you did not act during the first round."
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
if
you
you
go.
didn't act during the first round, like if you didn't act first and you didn't, you get a bonus now equal to your reflexes to your
Gotcha.
initiative. So you would add on your reflexes to initiative now.
Okay.
Now that I took center stance, my initiative goes up. For some reason, what the fuck?
It's because at the same time you both increase your initiative, so you flip flop, but then flip back to normal.
Nah, I see. Yeah.
Ouch. So that's the assessment roll, and is that all you're going to do?
Yeah. I'm basically trying to see if I can get a bonus to hitting him.
Gims, your turn.
Okay. Well, the guy in front of me is down, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, he stood back up, because he can do more actions.
Oh, he stood back up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if he stood back up, I trip him again.
Okay.
I love this. This is why Pariah wanted a trip build in my game. He's like, haha, he's back up, I trip him again.
Due to the damage that Tyler did, that hits.
The damage that Tyler did?
Because when enemies and you take a certain amount of damage, you start to take minuses to your dice.
Okay, so
You
he's
mean
down on the
damage
ground.
Matt did.
The damage that Matt did, right?
Yeah, Matt, sorry.
I
Okay.
hurt these two,
He's back down.
not this one.
So he stands up, he punches Matt and misses, and then he trips back down again.
He is not having a good day.
Aiko will go into defense, stay in defense. Kensashi. John.
Okay. I'm gonna try it again. Not botching strike. Huh.
And what are you doing again?
With 3 raises.
Excellent.
Four raises. One which is free. I am taking 4 cubic feet of air around this guy, the air that he's occupying, and turning it into solid stone. I am excluding his head, so that Matt has something to play with.
Yay!
Interesting.
He is now mummified on the ground with only his head exposed. And then I'm going to take my move. Because I can free action back to there after casting.
Oh, John, you lucky bastard.
And I'm going to... it's not luck, it's called terror. And I'm going to go to... since I haven't declared stance this round, I'm going to go to defensive.
All right. Tengoku.
Can he do anything if he's mummified?
Technically,
Yes.
technically, according to what I'm reading here, his TN is going to stay. He's on the ground, so it's lowered, and he can't move, so his TN is double lowered.
This is where you play whack-a-mole with his head.
That easily hits.
So that's another 31 damage to him.
He's not looking too good.
31
That's
damage.
probably
31 points.
That's 31 to his head.
Did you do a called shot though? I mean, it's going to be easy, but he did not declare.
Sure, if I can.
Yeah. It's going to lower the raises by half, but you still hit, so this will do double damage. He's dead.
Pop it like a grapefruit.
And then the clone disappears.
Curses.
Hey,
All
maybe
right.
somebody should go over and just stab the one that is entangled in the head in case that's not the clone.
Well, the clone, the entangled one, just disappeared.
Yeah,
And
we were all
Rio's
ganging
gonna-
up on. We were all ganging up on the same guy.
Rio's going to take a
okay,
couple of
I was
steps
talking
back.
about the. Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And-
so we
that's right.
we
This is
tripped
something
him.
different.
We tripped him, and then we.
I was thinking the one at the beginning, but I think it like disappeared or something. The one that Tyler's spell went on.
And Brandon,
Yep.
this
Mhm.
time, I'm going to convert 5 cubic feet of air into lightning. And the most direct path for that energy to go to is into these two guys.
Really regretting that allowance now, aren't you, Brandon?
Uh-oh.
That's going to hurt them.
Okay, they both heal 50 damage.
What?
They both heal 50 damage.
Should have stuck
Alrighty.
with. Should have stuck with fire.
Should have stuck with flames.
So, now Akio is surrounded.
Oh my god, this is reminding me. Oh no. So I've got a very short story. I was playing Tales of Symphonia once with my
Mhm.
friend on the GameCube when I was young, really young, and not that young. I was in middle school, and I was trying to get through a boss level, and he's helping me fight because it's a co-op. You know, you can up to 4 players. It's RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And we are getting our asses handed to us. You know, the party's dying, and then my friend looks at the screen. He's like, "Are the numbers for damage supposed to be green?" And I'm like, "Wait." And we noticed that we were fighting a lightning boss, and all our weapons had lightning effects on them. So we were fucking healing them,
Oops.
and I was like, "I'm stupid."
Okay, back up to the top with the guy. He's going to.
Who would go first? Because we're both at 30 now.
That'd be you.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a void to increase my TN by 10. I'm going to do an Aijutsu strike at him.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's do this. I should get a bonus for that. Alright, let's do this. This is the strike. Oh yeah.
Holy shit, that hits.
And the damage.
Wow. He is now no longer glowing with lightning.
Nicely done.
All right, Gims. No, wait, it's the guy first, sorry. So this guy's going to spin forward. This guy's going over here. So, Tyler. Does that hit?
What do you think?
Yep, and then Bruno, does that hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tyler take 44 and Bruno take 33.
30. That's. Yep, I am. What level is down?
Okay, have you hit all the way to the bottom?
I'm not out, but I'm down.
Oh no, roll me a stamina. You're staying in the fight. You're not down.
Yeah, I'm at 62 hit. 62 damage.
Yep.
No.
And Tyler, how about you?
I'm not doing great, but I'm okay.
Okay. And it's back to Gims.
Back to me.
Mm-hmm. Down to Gims.
Now there's another person that's 30.
No,
That's,
they've already gone.
Oh.
They just went.
Okay. Well, then I step behind this guy and do my trip again. Crowd control. Go. Go. 31.
Okay.
You are really well trained with that rope.
Yep. This time I need you to make a strength check, Gims.
Let's do it. Strength check is just water strength. Straight up.
You just roll.
And then, are we under
party
that?
numbers go down?
No, no one has gone down yet.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what I heard. Where I cut out.
Did you say that we can spend void now because we've been casted on, or what?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spend void.
You
Mhm.
can't
Okay.
spend void for a
How do I spend void on a strength roll?
You
It's
just
kind of weird. You can't really do it with the button.
so
So do I
basically
just press
basically-
change it to
Roll it
3?
and then you add.
a simple way to do it is just roll. What's your strength right now? 2.
2? Yeah.
Just roll 3d10. And we'll just do it the old-fashioned way for now.
Oh, that's.
So Gims, you don't manage to trip him this time.
No.
You
Curses.
get your rope around him, and you've got him ensnared, but don't trip him. Aiko, your turn. You're just staying in defensive stance. Kensashi.
All right. Kensashi is going to smile at the giant monk that's trying to beat the crap out of his friend, touch the ground at his feet, and draw through the void, or flow through the void, and turn the stone under him into water. And I can spend void, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's kind of important.
He heals 100 damage from the water. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd be a little bit surprised if lightning board was filled with water, but let's get on. I am spending a void point. I am doing 5 raises. One of them
You
is
have 5
free.
void.
No, I'm spending a void point and taking the. Oh, you're right. No, I can only do the 3 raises. Okay. So I get a free raise and then 3 extra. So that means that I'm stuck at diff 19, but I'm spending a void point to make sure I get it.
Wow.
See, why couldn't I roll like that the first fucking time?
That was amazing. Nice roll. Yeah, the ground below him becomes
5
water.
cubic feet of water underneath him, shaped into a hole for his body to fall into. Specifically assuming that he will try to hop his feet out to the side or something, I give him some extra leeway so that his feet will hit the inside of the hole as he falls. And I just turn it to water. And then free move to here. And sort of put my hand out and begin thinking about healing Burnout.
Mm-hmm.
I think it very, very hard.
Tengoku.
I'm gonna hit someone.
That will hit. Dang, Matt's stealing everyone's good rolls. But only
So,
20.
can I spend void to re-roll that?
Nope.
No, there's no reroll unless you have luck.
Okay. Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
now that douchebag here is in a hole filled with is a couple feet down in a hole filled with water.
Mhm.
Blow through the void. That water becomes stone.
All right.
It's like cement.
You two are just total bastards. I love it.
All right. It succeeds.
He'll suffocate in a moment.
The clone.
And I move over here.
The clone poofs. And then the clone's initiative is actually now higher than yours, Bruno. It's going to step sideways here and try and hit Matt again. With 2 attacks this time. Do either one of those hit you, Matt?
Ooh, shit. Both, yeah.
Oh man.
So you will take 39 plus 27 damage.
Alright. So I'm at grazed at the moment.
All right. And then let's see. So Gims, Bruno,
Yes.
Matt, and John all make a pure stamina roll.
Alright.
This was literally the dude, wasn't it?
Can I spend void on this roll?
No.
So what you're telling me, well, I can hear myself.
The fuck?
So what you're telling me is that the old dude was this guy? When he did the double punch to Matt?
Oh, and that guy also has to take the 2D.
Oh yeah, they've all been taking it. They've all been taking it, and that's why 2 of them just poofed.
We have to do a pure earth?
Mhm.
Or stamina?
Stamina. Sorry. Well, fuck it.
I think it's Earth.
It's no.
It doesn't matter, it's still 2 for me, but yeah.
Okay, so Bruno, you're okay. Matt, you're okay. Gims and John, would you guys each take 10 damage, please?
Yes.
As the shadow itself seems to be hurting you. And we're back to Bruno.
I'm moving directly behind the Shukench. I'm getting to defensive stance, because I can't, with these penalties, I can't do anything.
Do not fear, little Bushi. I will protect you.
Our sorceries can assist you
Yeah.
and defend you.
Gims.
Let's do it again.
He's still attached to the rope, isn't he? Oh my god.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, that trips him.
I'm rolling this correctly, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many are left? Is there just one left?
Just
One
one.
left.
Alright, so
I was gonna say, Will, mute yourself.
Kensashi.
Well, it's time to be as good as my word. And do what I was concentrating on. I'm going to drop another void into this. And I'm doing a pure heal spell. Oh, I should actually mark that so that it rolls as part of it. And
Very
Okay.
nice.
you will heal 31 hit points there, Bruno.
Thank you.
Mystically.
Tengoku.
Ready? Gonna hit someone.
That hits. Very nice. He's getting really hurt.
I would hope so.
Rio.
Okay. Now, I can control specifically what I convert, right?
You pick the area, and then you can convert it into whatever other element you see fit.
Yes, but what I'm saying is I can choose in an area. I can choose what specifically in that area gets converted, right?
No, it's just a general space. Like if you've got a 5-foot square, like no matter where that square is, that is going to convert. You can kind of
Yes,
change.
but
You can change the
what
shape as long as it's the same volume and whatnot, but that's about it.
That's what I mean. I can choose the shape of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. We're in a cave, right?
No, well, technically yes.
So we're underground. There's a lot of rock above us.
Mm-hmm.
The ceiling's 6 foot high.
Fantastic. So, here's what happens. I convert, specifically, the area right above him, doing like that 5-foot square around him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I convert a thin line. This is exactly going to be about 4 foot of material that's going to be converted, but it's all flattened out in a thin line, creating a cutout in the ceiling, so that specifically about 5 foot around, about 10 feet up, I would say roughly, of this chunk of the ceiling just falls on top of them.
Okay. Roll your spellcraft. Let me roll this. Okay.
So you're basically doing an Acne Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Saw.
Yup. Except with Sugenja magic, and the ceiling, a big chunk of the ceiling just went.
He gets smashed on the head, and he's really not looking too good.
And this chunk of ceiling is still sitting on top of him now.
Yep, and he's going to feebly try and punch Matt, but he's going to fail here. Because at this point...
He has to hold up the ceiling?
Yep, mm-hmm. So Matt, does a 25 hit you? No? Okay, good. So back up to Ushio. Down to Ushio.
Yep, now that I've been healed, I'm gonna full attack this guy. Full attack. That should just be that plainly.
Is there a reason why we wouldn't want to take this guy captive?
Well, we killed the last guy.
I mean, do we know this is a
I'm gonna drop off for about 15 minutes because I'm gonna lose service. But if he's the only one left and he's all messed up, I'm gonna go full attack and spin the void, just so you know.
I think I hit him with that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hit him.
Do we know that this guy's a Venom?
It doesn't
We
matter.
know he
He's
is
tainted
tainted.
by the shadow.
All
He
right.
must be destroyed.
You kill him.
Like, I'm just wondering if there's reason why we wouldn't want to extract information before we kill him.
And Brandon, what about the one that's still on the ground?
He disappeared. The clones are all gone now.
Oh, so the one that was bound was a clone.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to this guy? Did he disappear or is he dead?
He disappears. And you can feel the Shadowland taint slowly leaving the room.
I'm going to heal myself.
Now, Tyler, what was that you said earlier about spending void points to do spells?
Yup. That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
I'm
Any
kindly
spell
avoid.
slot? Any spell slot?
Any spell slot?
Okay. In that case, I'm going to heal Burno again, this time without the bonus void point. That's another 19 points, Burno. Let me know when you're done. Actually, you know what? You haven't benefited from it today, so I'm going to do medicine on you
Okay.
as well. Ha! No, I'm not. It's like, yeah, fuck it, magic better.
So Bruno, you heal. Bruno, you heal another 4 points.
Yeah.
And then another 9 points.
Okay, so
No.
You can only do
Really?
medicine once per
once a
day.
day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Each person can get the benefit of medicine once per day, which is why Shugenja with healing magics are so valuable, because we can just sit there going, yom, yom, yom.
Oh, there's no cost or anything?
It's costing me spell slots, but I've got them to burn.
Gotcha. I go start investigating. I'm trying to see what this place was, what he was doing when he was sitting down, anything around.
All right.
I'm at 0.
Now that the darkness has started to subside, E.G., you can see that he had a little shrine that he was sitting at, and that there appear to be letters or notes piled up on the little shrine.
Hey, I point my
Nice.
sword
Start.
at the shrine. Is it glowing?
No.
Okay.
I start looking through the notes and the papers.
They're letters to a woman named Aki.
Okay.
Depicting saying, "I'm sorry, I failed you." And they're just written over and over and over and over again.
Okay.
Gomindasai.
That'll be another 9 points, Bruno.
No, I was already fully healed with my your
In
last
that
one.
case, I'll put that on me.
Yep, you
I can
healed
do a
out
little
the full.
healing. I took about 50 points damage.
You're next, big guy.
Thank you.
Hey, I just healed myself.
Yep. No,
Okay.
Gims, you actually healed yourself back to full. Patching yourself up.
Okay. And is there any like location related to this?
There seems to be, the only other thing you can find is there does seem to be the name of a city. It's actually a little town over in the Crane territory.
Name?
That'll be 12 hit points, Matt.
Thank you.
Named Renko Village.
Is anyone else here fucked up?
Nope.
Me, and apparently I suck at water spells.
Okay, give me a second.
Shigen's just using everything they got.
Myself, and I just really suck at water spells. I'm great at protection.
Do I recognize this shrine or anything?
It looks somewhat foreign to you, actually. And would both the Shugencha make stamina rolls for me, please? Just stamina. Stamina, not earth.
Well, my earth and stamina are both the same.
Oh, well, still, just roll stamina.
Just a little stamina.
Okay, the Shugencha are getting tired, but you're still awake and focused. But you're both starting to get a
And
bit
I'm
tired.
fully
That'll be 22 hit points, Tyler.
Thank you. I am healed.
All right.
Thank you.
I am then going to say, I do not think that we should spend as much time as we could in this place of taint. Let us gather the evidence and the corpse and retreat to one of the wards. Perhaps the front door?
There is no corpse. All of them were clones.
All of them were clones? I thought one of them was actually the real guy and died.
No, they all
You
disappeared.
found that when you killed and destroyed all of them, they all disappeared.
But at the same time, we felt the Shadowlands taint lifting from this place, so...
Yes, indeed, it is.
Alright, well, I still need to go check then. So I'm going to gather any evidence and other valuable-looking objects that I can, and ask for some big, strong Bushi to escort me up to the front door.
Yeah, I destroyed the shrine. And then
I'm going to, before he destroys the shrine, I'm going to do a spellcraft to understand the nature of the shrine.
Sure. This was a personal shrine dedicated to his life. And
I destroyed it.
when you destroy it, since you and Tyler are over there, you see a ghostly image of the man, and he bows to you both and vanishes. And he says, "You set me free. Thank you. Make no mistake, young warriors. The man you see that wears my face is not me." And the ghost vanishes from sight.
Alright, is there anything else of interest or value in this place?
There's a few.
Scrolls,
There's actually there is some stuff you find when you guys take. I'll go ahead and tell you guys what you all gather when you get out,
Okay. Yeah, we leave.
because I imagine you
Nothing
guys
else
would
yet.
take anything of interest or look.
Yep.
Yep.
I take in particular the notes
Mhm.
that I was reading.
And I'm going to take everything that looks like it's, valuable and moderately sturdy that I can carry, understanding I'm a weak little Shugenja,
Mhm.
and organize the bucket brigade of, the big crab, more or less, strap everything to him, march them up and park them in the middle of my ward versus purity, so anything that's tainted will burn, and that's where I will rest.
Mhm.
Yep. Basically, we make a little basket, put it on Matt's back, fill it full of stuff, Matt goes up with it.
I'm okay with this.
You emerge into the daylight. After being in the shadow so long, it takes a while for your eyes to adjust. But you
Weren't we
see,
down there for like 10 minutes?
it was very dark. And when you come to, you can see that all of the other monks have kind of started resuming their daily duties, and a few of them stop and look. And none of them say a word to you, but they all slowly lower their heads. And they say a silent prayer.
Did we catch the name of the guy in the notes?
His name was Kobo, the Thunder Monk of the mountains.
I announced to the monks that Kobo has been released. His soul is now resting, but his body remains at large.
They all surround you and slowly bow to you.
Tell me, where can I find Aki?
The monks kind of look at each other, and they seem to hesitate, and then a lot of them start to leave, and one of them stays behind. And he looks at you and he says, "I think she resides in the Kenkur village, nestled in the northern reaches of the Crane territories."
And what is her relationship with Kobo?
He hesitates for a while, and he looks at you, and he says, If I tell you it would put her life in danger, I can't do that.
Her life is already in danger.
He looks over at Matt's character and he says, "Would you tell your companions to leave then? This must be done in private space."
Instead of having them leave, I start to walk off to a more quiet location.
Okay. He says Kobo would often go to the Shadowlands, fight the Taint. It was his personal conquest.
Why would he do such a foolish thing?
Maybe to find himself, maybe to better himself. We never questioned it. But one day, something was different. He came back with a child.
Oh,
He raised this child. It
and this
seemed
child's name was Aki.
it was. It truly seemed to change him. He became happy. He was no longer depressed and sought and went to the Shadowlands less and less. One day
And how did you guys? I mean, why did you let him do this?
he
Was
was
there no taint on the child?
there was no taint on the child. She seemed perfectly normal. And then one day, for whatever reason, the child ran off. Kobo went to go find her. When he came back, there was no Aki, but Kobo was different. He slowly started to taint. We eventually came to a conclusion that we, as his brothers, must try and stop him. It would at the very least put his soul to rest if he has become tainted. But we were attacked, as you saw earlier today, by unseen enemies. With their help, we could not face off our master.
So Kobo was not the one who injured you.
No.
And why did you not tell us this before we entered the temple?
Most of them weren't really in the right mind. I mean, they were kind of beat to shit, even with you bandaging them. They were kind of like, oh. Now that they're all competent and had some rest, and, you know, you've also just done them a great service, they can be like, okay, you know, we can tell you some stuff now.
They were like up and sweeping. They were like going back to work when we came outside.
Yep, I know.
Okay. Well, thank you. What's his name? And I wait patiently for his name.
My name is Tensai.
Tensai. I respect your information.
He bows.
I've had a chance to observe this conversation from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I see it breaking up, I get Tensai's attention and beckon him over.
Yes, speaker of spirits.
I wish to know only one other thing from you. Where is Kimoru?
He pauses for a moment. And he says, he points over to a kind of a secluded little shrine.
Show me.
He shows you.
And I kind of turn to the others and say, Come on, let's go. We all need to be here for this. And I follow him over. Is this a grave?
It is.
His body is buried here?
He nods.
I will try to be as respectful and gentle as I can be. The first thing I do is I find a spot right next to the grave. Somewhere, just off to one side where it wouldn't be disturbed if I had to exhume the body. And I do a Ward of Purity, burning out my last fire spell for the day. Does smoke start coming up from under the ground?
It does.
Good. Then I just sit patiently and wait for it to stop.
It eventually stops after 20 minutes.
Rio's going to look to the monk. What did he die from?
He goes and gets something, and he has something wrapped in cloth, and he hands it to you.
It's within the range of the Ward of Purity?
Yes. Nothing happens.
He looks at it.
You unwrap the cloth, and you see this is not an obsidian blade, but it is a blackened ninjato. Much
And
as
who wielded this weapon?
the stranger from the stranger from the north. A man came to us with no clothes, no possessions, except that blade. At first he was passive. We took him in, as is our way, fed him, clothed him, and then one day he struck out against us. Kinimaru was not so fortunate.
And where's this man now?
He ran. We don't know where.
I'm going to sense, is there any kami to this blade?
There is no kami to this blade. However, you do sense something interesting about it. There's no magic. There's no magic. There's no special abilities. But what you do notice is you almost get tranced when looking at this blade. As in, like, you want to look at it and just not stop looking at it. It doesn't invoke a willpower. It doesn't seem to really affect you mentally, but you just want to stare at it.
He wraps it back up. The blade has a sheath, right?
Yes.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of resheaths it and wraps it back in cloth. It is all right with you. I will be taking this with me.
He nods. It is of no use to us.
Mario just nods.
The conflict that came from Kono and the other tainted monks between the dojo and this is over. We will not raise a hand to the dojo ever again. However, as for the other venoms, as I've heard, I don't know where they are, but there are still a few about. You sense that there's nothing about, other than the other Shugensha doing his stuff.
And Rio will go back to Sashi. So even in death, the taint clings to his body.
Yes, it was the source of this part. Now we must find the venoms and the history of this girl. But before we do, I would like to commune specifically with those thunder spirits.
The thunder spirits come back. Clouds gather a little bit.
Good. And I say to them, we have pushed the taint out of the temple and destroyed the taint in the grave of Kimaru. Is your task complete, or has something eluded us here?
Well, I would like a cheeseburger and fries, but yeah, I suppose so.
I will bend him a cheeseburger out of the air.
I did not know of what this cheeseburger and fries is. Would you accept rice and raw fish?
Whatever the spirits want.
So the spirits both kind of give a small thundering boom as approval, and they both rise into the air, and it instantly starts to pour rain.
Good.
And all of you feel somewhat cleansed.
Even better.
Let's see, how much more do you guys all need to level up in terms of ranking?
I am at Insight 139.
I am an Insight 143. What's that, rank 2?
I think I'm at 142, but I'm not in front of my character sheet to look at it.
Let's see, I don't have the book in front of me, shoot.
It's 149 and above. 140. When you hit 149, you go to the next level.
Okay. Let's see, you guys are all at like, what, 130, blah, blah, blah? Well, let's see here. You guys just did something very phenomenal and won a good fight. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a small rest period here at the temple. Thanks to the purifying rain, you all regain all your void points.
And with that rain, Akio's going to pull out her piece of jade and let have the rain hit it too.
Yep.
Just
And you
We
all,
also regain our spell slots when we rest.
yep, and you all gain 10 experience points.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which means you all go up in 1 insight rank.
Well,
Depends on what we buy.
Yeah.
once we spend them.
Mm-hmm. And now I will just let you guys do kind of whatever.
Check your chat, please.
Mm-hmm. The answer to that, John, is yes.
Okay, purchased.
and
What does
Brandon, I
courtier-
need you to. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. You first.
I'll need you to come up with my level 2 for my school skill. I didn't know if you already kind of had it done up.
I do.
Okay.
What's the courtier bonus and etiquette bonus?
Don't worry about those right now. I'm having everyone do the same.
That's basically if you get if you get a certain amount of ranks into courtier and etiquette as skills, you get an extra bonus to your insight.
Okay, well, I have 3 courtier.
So you get a +3 to insight.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's right, you do, Games.
So I'm just trying to find that fucking page.
And I'll be nice to you, Gims. I'll say you can be ranked 2, so. Since you kind of came
Well,
in
mine
late.
already says rank 2. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know
that's okay.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you bought. The sheet automatically calculates your insight rank based on what you spent it on. Stats and skills really matter. Advantages don't. So it depends on where your XP is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
got a lot of advantages.
I have 164 into insight right now.
That's good.
That's
Really?
almost rank 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's halfway to insight rank 3. You're probably going to be the highest ranking person in the party for a while.
Excellent. And I just no, just kidding. It's because I bought all these silly skills. Tea ceremony 1.
I need to go ahead and type in a few new school things for you, Gim, so hold on a sec.
Cool. Well, as he's doing that, I would like to take the lead in finding Aki. I think I have a plan for it. Does anyone have anything that they need to do or they want to do related to Aki? That is.
Related to Aki? No. Although Aki is in Crane Lands.
Brandon, chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how far is that?
That's a long ways away.
Okay,
Yep.
She's where?
Craneland.
Craneland?
So since we're actually getting close to the end of the session, I'm actually going to go ahead and give you guys your total, but you can still do stuff after this. So you guys got 10 for the everything. And then John gain an additional 2.
Love it.
And then we'll go ahead and start at the bottom. Will, what did you learn today? Never mind, you weren't here most of the time.
Nothing really.
10
I was listening in, but
10 Goku, what did you learn?
Well, I learned that apparently there's the ability to clone your freaking self.
Gotta love that Shadowland taint powers.
And, yeah, that's something I learned.
And then, so 1 point. And then, Bruno?
What did I learn today?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently you can heal enemies with lightning.
Yep, 1 point. Ryu? What did you learn today, Tyler?
Oh, I learned that the spirit of the monk was trapped within his personal shrine.
Mm-hmm. And John?
I learned the source of the taint in the Thunder Monk Order.
Excellent, another point.
Good to know where that was coming from so that we can know that we fixed it.
Yes. Yep, I wanted to kind of give you guys something good after that fight after we missed last week, because I was pissed off about that.
Fully appreciate XP from the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so are you doing end of session, or are you just giving us like a respite to be able to spend XP?
Respite to spend XP. We can still keep going if you guys want.
Okay.
I'm totally good to keep going.
Do I
Same
get
here.
a learning point too?
Oh yeah, Gims, I'm sorry, I almost forgot about you. What did you learn today?
There's taint that can stop you from spending void points.
Yes, good job. 1 point. And Gims, I think you have 12 to spend right now.
Yep.
Okay.
So tell me how stealth works. Is it just sort of like any other game?
Well, it's usually stealth versus perception or investigation.
Okay. And then for stealth, can you enter stealth while in combat?
Yes.
It takes a full action? Or
It's a full action, and it's a bit harder, but it can be done.
And so how do we spend? Do we just tell you what we want to spend?
You can go ahead and add the points on if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
Or buy more advantages or whatever. Yeah, that was a tough fight.
Did we loot something from there too?
Yes, I got to tell you guys what you got. You each got something.
Did we get any glory or honor or anything like that for the fight?
Yes, actually, I should tell you that too. Every single one of you got 3 glory and 3 honor. John, you got 4 each.
Hey, what did we get last session so I could stick, or last time we played?
2.
By the way, Gims, honor works kind of like honor and glory and status kind of work like a werewolf renown, where it's like it's in decimal points. So every point that you get is like a 0.2 points. Like for now, for example, we gained just 3, so my honor is at 7.4.
Oh, wait, 7.4. Wait.
Like that's like so if you start at 6.5 honor, then you'd have 6.8.
Oh, okay, so it's 0.3. So
Yeah.
right now, sorry, how much honor and glory did we just get?
3. It's like 0.3 basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 0.3. So it's every 10 points, just like White Wolf, basically?
Yeah.
And
I'm just getting in and getting my computer set up. So I was going to ask you, Brandon, what was the experience points cost for skills?
It's Bruno.
Rank.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So basically, whatever current rating is.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever rating you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
next
what I mean.
rate.
That's what I mean. Like, rank 2 costs 2 experience points. Rank 3 costs 3.
So, Brandon, just to double check, you
Mhm.
gave us 10 XP for the epic battle, then you handed out special XP rewards, then you gave everybody learning, and that capped it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so. What is Gim's character's name? I don't see him in my list of buddies.
AG. AG.
EG.
Or-
EIJI.
So I turn to AG after, rest and tea and breakfast and everything else that we do in making camp and say, now, you have a plan for approaching this Aiko?
Yes, I don't know where she is, and, perhaps there's no reason for her to meet up with a random group of honorable samurai like us. Are we all samurai? Is that what we're all considering ourselves?
We're all samurai captain.
Honorable samurai
Unless
like
you're
us. But, and I start showing him the papers. She may respond to her father. So, I was thinking that I could create a letter from him beckoning her to
This sounds
Meet
like an
us.
excellent plan.
at
If
a
you can get a letter from her father, this would be a great way to draw her out. Please let us know if you are successful.
Most definitely.
And then I very deliberately don't hear the rest of his dishonorable plan.
Yeah, I turn around, move towards a secluded location, and be like, "Behold, I found one!" As I attempt to forge a letter that
Okay.
looks exactly like the handwriting that I have,
Roll forgery.
saying, "Well, I'll forge it when we get to a location, so I know
Okay.
where to send her to get to a location." So basically, we're going to find a place where
If you
she
do
would
find
be
one,
willing to meet.
let me know. I can make sure it makes it on its way.
Well, I don't know the distance between us and Crane Valley or whatever, Crane Territory. How far is this?
Oh, I'd say 300 miles.
300 miles. Okay, do we know of any location between here and there that is sort of like a meeting point?
The town that you guys started in at the very beginning,
Okay.
which is about
and then-
which is like 100 miles away.
Okay, and is there a place that we call home? Basically, safety area.
The dojo's
Safe
fairly safe, but you have an inn that you stay at the little town area in the dojo area.
Okay. Let's see. And the dojo, is it ours? Is it who does it belong
The
to?
dojo belongs to no clan.
Who?
It is a school, the 100 Styles Dojo.
Okay, and then what's our association with the dojo?
Currently guests.
Currently what?
Guests.
We own it.
No, you don't own it. You're guests.
Oh, guests. I thought you said guests.
No, you're guests.
Okay. So,
I mean, they really do like you, but they also watched you brutally murder a man in broad daylight with a circle jerk, so they're a little bit on the ball.
I was a little bit away from the group during that time. What is the
That was an official police circle jerk.
what is the do we have any money as a group?
What do you need?
I mean, basically, can we rent out a room? Is there a cottage that can be called our safe house? What type of monetary things do we have as a group?
The Phoenix is happy to oblige where those needs arise.
Well, I believe that a child of he was a Thunder Master, right? The Kubo guy?
Mm-hmm.
Thundermonk.
Oh,
Thunder
Thunder
Monk.
Monk. The child of a Thunder Monk should be given a warm welcome from, her unlikely visitors. So, if you can arrange for a nice tea room to be our meeting location, I will go ahead and I believe that this note speaks of that. Please.
I certainly can.
All right, I forge in secret this note. So I just roll forgery.
Yes.
Can I add void to this?
You can spend a void point.
Okay. And then what do I do? Just how do I roll it? Just 3d10 or what?
The T. The T.
Okay, and then you'll just add the void.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you succeed.
All right. I hand it over and I go to Ryu and I state, could you make sure this makes its way towards Aki? I believe she's in the Crane territory.
And
Oh, look, there's a note that I completely missed. He must have wanted to send it to her. We must send it immediately.
Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
with Kami no Kaze,
Mm-hmm.
can I take a raise so that the bird will also just carry the letter to be sent?
The bird will carry the letter anyway.
Okay. We'll use the Legacy of the Kami no Kaze.
Wait, yeah, I did get my rank. Yeah, I got my rank too, so I got new thing.
And it works.
Mm-hmm.
The letter is on its way. As a wind comes, takes the form of a bird, and flies off with the letter.
Well, my friends, I say we prepare for our guest in this tea room. We should head back quickly. The bird will get there in no time.
May we come again. And he looks to the monk. He's speaking to the monk. May we come again under better circumstances.
He bows and he says, "You are welcome here anytime."
Rio just nods.
God.
I think Bruno just realized how good his character actually is.
I was like, oh, I wonder what my rank 2 ability is. Speed of lightning. Anyone who has lower initiative than me, I automatically have a 2 KO bonus to my attack rolls.
Did you tell us what we got from the place yet?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh
each,
yeah, and I gain 5 reduction, just an 8.
So I'm gonna name off a bunch of magical items,
Oh, shit.
and I want you guys to name which one of you actually gets them. And please don't kill each other. Please, dear God, don't kill each other. The first.
Anything with the word rope in it is mine. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, the first thing you find is that one of the pieces of paper that you guys found, whatever you write on it, disappears instantly. But if you breathe on it, it shows, what's on there. And you can just keep writing on it. The ink never seems to stain the paper for more than, 24 hours. It can also be folded into any shape, and it stays that way, and then when you crease it back to its normal form, there are no creases. There is a small medallion that glows with light whenever you say the inscription on it. There's a
Yeah, I've got a glowing necklace, or I illuminate the room, or
I illuminate the room. I illuminate the room. It's pretty bright.
Okay, illuminate the room.
There's a bowl that
When you say the inscription.
Yep. There is a bowl that, when filled with water, it seems to. Let's see, what did I write down on this one? Oh yeah, this bowl, when it's filled with water, and you drop like another element into it, like dirt, or try and put fire or something like that into it, it makes tea. It makes tea, yeah. Basically, you combine water with dirt, and it makes jade tea.
Jade tea.
Yeah.
Jade tea.
Yeah.
I'd like to put a bid in on that.
Not a regular tea.
Yeah, same here.
And then you guys.
What is jade tea, out of curiosity?
It's the medicine to keep you from getting more tainted once you're infected.
Oh shit.
Oh,
It will
shit.
be profoundly useful to us in dealing with tainted individuals. And should the worst happen and one of us become tainted, This is apparently a lifetime supply of the medicine that keeps you from going evil NPC.
Yeah.
You
So,
also find
as a Shugenja healer, I'm definitely interested.
you find a necklace of beads that gives you an automatic -1 on any shadow taint. In
What
other
does
words,
that mean? -1.
okay,
Like, you get 1+ point?
let's say you had Shadowland rank 2 and you're wearing the necklace. Now you only have Shadowland rank 1.
Ooh. That, I think, is a bad thing. We should destroy that.
Yeah.
That
That's-
helps Shadow Tainted to conceal themselves. It doesn't help us to not become more Shadow Tainted.
Unless it actually removes that point of shadow.
It
taint.
does. It's completely removed.
So if you put the necklace on and take it off, it doesn't come back?
Nope.
Okay.
So wait. So what happens if you put the necklace on, removes that thing, take it off, and then put it back on? Can you just
No.
keep doing that?
No.
Okay.
Once per customer?
Yeah.
Still. Okay, Tyler, which would you rather have, the bowl or the necklace?
Let's
The
keep
bowl.
going. Let's keep
I'll take the
going.
necklace then.
Okay, well, they made their bids.
And then you also you also find a what else do I got here? A sewing needle and thread. And from what you guys can tell, you can't seem to fucking break this, no matter what you do.
Just like a limited supply of thread and needle, or like is it an unending supply?
No, it's just like a little tiny. It's like a one roll of.
I'll put a bid in for that.
And then what else is there? Oh yes, a knife that seems to. It's about the size of a typical kitchen knife, and it can shrink to the size of a like blade of grass, literally. And then
I'll put in one for that. That might be useful to me.
and then lastly, there is a headband where when you wear it, one of your senses, either sight or hearing, is disabled, but the other sense is increased tenfold.
Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. I'll put in for that.
Increase 10. Wait, it's a headband
Mm-hmm.
that either one or the other is increased tenfold. So, question. I would like to put in a bet for that.
Basically, if you put it on, it gives you the disadvantage blind and or deaf, and it gives you the advantage heightened sight or heightened hearing.
And you get to choose when you put it on, or is it random, or what?
You get to choose when you put it on.
Each time, or
Each
only
time.
once?
Each time.
Yeah, because it's like a magic of. Wait, but question: is that an actual advantage or?
Basically, the disadvantages are real. The advantages are when you take heightened sight or heightened hearing. When you take heightened sense, your vision basically gains plus 2k2 to all actions, and or hearing plus 2k2 to all actions. And then the blindness and the deafness are disadvantages that are in the book.
Burno, you should totally take that and be the wandering Iaijutsu samurai.
I was gonna say I would like to use that, be like blinded, but like almost like a blind sense almost with the hearing.
I think you've all got items now. You all each get one.
So who's taking what? I'll just take whatever's left.
I'll take the needle and thread.
I was going for the shrinking knife.
I took the bowl that produces jade tea.
And so, Gims, you got the infinite ink paper, and the one that you can fold into any shape and just fold back without any creases.
Okay. And who took the medallion? The light medallion?
No one has claimed the light medallion so far.
I'll take
Okay.
it. I'll put a bid in for that one. Could be
You can
useful.
take it.
Oh, alright. Light medallion.
And then Will took the thread and needle. There's also a magical hat that turns you into Christopher Walken, but I don't think you guys want that.
How tough is this piece
Look,
of paper?
I don't care how you get it, whether you gotta hunt it down with a knife, but you treat that animal with respect, alright? Got it? Good.
And what is the knife stats? Is it the same as like a basic knife in the core book or what?
It's the same as a basic knife in the core book, except it can literally shrink to almost an unseeable size.
Okay, so 1K.
And Gims, no matter how hard you try, you can't destroy that paper.
Okay.
To be fair, if someone... Well, I shouldn't say anything. I don't want to give you guys ideas.
It's okay. I'm pretty certain everyone has it.
Give me a second.
Name to this blindfold.
You can call it whatever you want, Bruno.
I'll call it the Swordmaster's blindfold.
So do you use normal ink on this paper or what?
You can use anything you want that can
Okay,
write on
anything.
paper.
Okay.
It's all quiet on the Western Front.
So let's see. What do I need to know to do some like crafting?
Craft.
Craft roll.
I mean, I have to obtain like material and stuff. Is there like a section where I can read on that?
I guess you'd go to the craft section.
Yeah,
Skills.
there's a craft section in the book.
Okay. Okay, so I think are we headed back to the city to the tea
To the
to the
dojo?
tea room?
To the
It's not-
dojos,
Yeah.
to the residence we rented, yes.
Okay.
When you guys arrive back at the dojo, everyone kind of gives you a wide berth.
Everybody gives us the stank eye.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So I start preparing the tea room,
Mm-hmm.
and Rue. I to speak to Rue and what's
Mhm.
Pariah's character's name?
Kensashi.
Kensashi. This Aki child may have some ties to the Shadowlands, and it may be of benefit to have some of your tea prepared for her, such that, or perhaps the bead, such that in the case that she is a little tainted, we might be able to ease her suffering.
Quite possibly. I checked my jade finger.
It is still okay.
Good.
What is this jade finger? Curious.
You don't have one?
Nope.
I stick my hand into the dirt and pull out a finger of jade, Brandon. Yes?
You asked. I actually had to buy mine.
Yes? Well, you didn't ask the Sugenja. Yes, Brandon?
Mhm.
Making sure the GM has approved that before I do it.
To be fair, I don't have any jade either.
Yes, you do, Matt.
You need to fucking speak
No, I
up.
don't. I've never had any jade.
You guys really need to speak up with this. The Shugenja
Well,
are just like. Really?
I was kind of under the impression I didn't need to worry about being affected by taint for.
I'll be.
My guy's
I'll,
just been walking around with an entire necklace of jade,
I'll-
fingers of jade.
I'll be really nice to you guys. I'll say, due to Tyler and John's backup plan that they've been doing all campaign, you guys now all have jade.
Yay.
Okay, so just understand, a finger of jade is a one-person dose. It will absorb the small amounts of taint that you are exposed to environmentally. Understand that taint is something like gamma radiation. If you're just standing around in an environment that has it, you can absorb some and suffer permanent harm. Once you achieve 10 points of temporary taint, you achieve level 1 taint. You develop a new power based on your taintedness, and from then on, you make daily stamina rolls or earth rolls to resist your taint automatically growing. And if you
They won't
use
make it
power, it grows. And if you're exposed to more environmental radiation, it grows. And there's no way to get rid of it except for this beaded necklace I just picked up. And you don't want that. So carry your fucking
Pariah,
thing,
you're
pick it
forgetting
off.
an important thing. Kinsashi will just burn him before it gets to that point and kill him.
Kinsashi will try, but his ward only lasts for 24 hours and takes 10 minutes to make. Which is why I keep making them way in advance of there being any issues. Because I can spend 10 minutes before we get into the tough shit, and then have that ward to retreat to for the rest of the day. But always carry your jade finger and check it often. Because it does get used up.
Hey, John.
How many fingers of jade can we actually carry on our person that would protect us?
It's not one at a time. All your fingers will be corrupted simultaneously. So just carry one and keep an eye on it.
Okay, fair enough.
Having more does extend the length of time, but it's not one gives you, if one lasts a day, it doesn't mean two will last you 2 days. It means two will last you a day and a half, and so on.
Okay. So, are you saying that? So no, I mean, is like you said you've got a necklace of these things. So does that mean that if you put like 5 of them into a backpack and only wore one, only one would be affected, or what?
Nope.
Okay.
All of them are affected because they're all
Shadowlands taint is a radiation that we can't block. So everything in your entire inventory and your cart and your mule and the rest of your pack horse will all be affected at simultaneously.
Note to self: put a finger of jade on my horse.
But
Yes,
the
because my horse
Shugenja
costs.
have found a way to make temporary jade. So just get a finger from us when you need it.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Alright, I didn't know you guys could do that. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I need one for my horse because my horse kind of costs me.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lift.
Tastes just like raisins.
Yep.
I make sure to provide all the jade fingers needed.
Same here.
Stop it, Pariah. Stop fingering us.
The jade fingers all form into one giant.
You all get fingered by the Shugenja.
The jade fingers all form into one giant jade finger and deal 120 damage to all of you. No.
But it's jade damage, so I heal 120 hit points.
Yep.
You, sir, have just been jaded. Yeah. No.
I've been jaded for years. I'm native to the elemental plane of jadedness.
Are you jading me right now, bro?
Okay, so are we going to continue with the girl showing up or not, or stuff, or are we done?
Well,
We're waiting for.
I got some.
Well, while they're doing all that before she shows up, Akio's gonna go get a bath drawn and do all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So after a while, hold on a moment. Mm-hmm. I hear you, Gims.
Okay. So AG is really setting up this place. It's like pretty, the tea ceremony is all laid out. There's boiling tea, ready at hand, or boiling water, because you don't put it into the tea leaves, otherwise it will go bad. And I'm just waiting for her arrival.
Well, you all wait, and all of you see this. As you're sitting there waiting patiently for the girl named Aki to arrive, she doesn't arrive. However, you do see a couple women arrive, but they're not the women you were expecting. Tyler. The two women before you, standing outside the tea room, are the champions of Crane and Phoenix.
What was the champion of Phoenix's name?
I'm too lazy to look it up right now, and I can't get the book at the moment, so I'm just going to say Aiki. I can't remember her name.
Rio will step forward, Lady Aiki, and he'll bow deeply.
She nods.
What brings you to these parts?
We were on a unique assignment when I came across this, and she holds up a very familiar looking letter.
My spirit delivered it to you.
I asked it to.
I see.
We have much to discuss.
Please, come in.
They come in, and they both sit down. Aiki is a slightly smaller woman, wearing the typical colors of the Phoenix Clan. She carries around a little fan. She has black hair tied up in a kind of a bow in the back, and it hangs down back behind her. She has a red blindfold on. And the other woman, who is known as Asiya, is the champion of the Crane, and she has long flowing white hair that's kind of just hangs down around her shoulders, and she is wearing a blue and white key.
I bow down to her.
Do we all recognize that these are champions?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I immediately
I'm like a fucking great man.
I immediately start beginning the tea ceremony for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am going to spend a void for this.
Are these actually are these actually warriors, or are they just?
I'm gonna help Gims.
Yes, these are warriors.
Right, but are they armored? I mean.
Wait, that's your tea ceremony?
Actually, neither woman is armored.
Wait, how do you get a 7 in tea ceremony?
Well, I've got Prodigy, and I've also got 3 in Void.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, you do a much better job than me.
You both do an amazing tea ceremony.
And what are their names again? Aiki and what?
Aiki and Asiya.
Lucia?
Asiya.
Asiya.
And Rio will
Welcome,
seats
Aki.
himself at the table.
Welcome, Aiki and Asiya. What brings you to us today? We were not expecting such honorable guests as you two.
You're looking for the one known as Aiki?
That is
Aki, I
correct.
believe, the child of Kono. Or
They,
Kobo.
they
What
both
was it?
they both
Kotor.
they both look very surprised when you say that.
Is this not the same Aki that you know of?
The Phoenix champion looks at you, Tyler, and says, "Did you kill Kono?"
We found a wraith of him, tainted by the Shadowlands. We cleansed the temple of that taint. Yes.
None of you are infected then?
And
No.
he will. This is where Rio will just kind of even though his gi is usually very tightly closed, just kind of opens it slightly and just takes so that his jade necklace sits on top of his clothing.
Mm-hmm.
We are not.
Very well.
So, if you wish to know more truly, we can perform the seal of purity.
The Phoenix champion does it in about 5 seconds. No one is burned. And she says, "Done." And she says, "You do our clan proud, Rio."
Thank you.
Now, there is some unfortunate news that we must discuss with you all, which is why we have come. The 100 Stances Dojo is about to become under attack.
And this is related to Aki. How?
From what clan?
Well, they answer Gim's question first. They say, "We cannot say. The Emperor has forbid us. The Empress has forbid us." As for who is going to attack the 100 Stances Dojo, it is not any clan, but remnants of a much older race than ours.
And what race might this be?
The 100 Stances Dojo, due to it being this far north, is going to come under attack by the Naga.
I see.
And
Inwardly, is the snake people friends of the Naga?
no,
Do we have
no,
late
no, no.
tribal?
It doesn't.
I
No.
know about the Naga.
Yep.
Let's see, actually, I can roll against the Naga too.
And
Do
you,
I know about the Naga? Let's see.
yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
I do
also
know about the Naga.
You all know that the Naga are an ancient race of snake-like humanoid creatures that are very powerful with magic and that once almost conquered all of Rokugan. But due to infighting and due to the gods basically shitting on them, they kind of got their asses kicked.
Wait, so the Snake Clan has no ties whatsoever to the Naga?
Nope.
What kind of Snake Clan are we? I'm gonna make some new friends today.
And with that, the session will end.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.